All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakaha Kodash. I double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to Yaki in bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. I'm going to play this video, man, and of course it's a lesson on, as you see here, it says his mom lied for 26 years. Now everyone's listening. Hey, and that's where the scripture says this, and I'm going to start off with it. It's Ecclesiastes 7 and 26, and it reads, "And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets," right? And those snares and nets, they're used, they have the advantage in Esau's court system, right? And they use that to their advantage, man. Esau always, for the majority of the time, gives custody unto the woman, and makes the father pay child support. But that's all a part of breaking down the Israelite household, man. As long as he can keep that father away from his son, a generation of thinkers, a generation of leaders, a generation of men who will stand upon, morals and values and not be effeminate, it can grow. But as long as that connection is severed, then it creates a nation of effeminate men and a nation of women who are very masculine. And that's what we see in this society today, man. Menstruous women bringing forth monsters because there's no type of structure and or guidance within a household. A male child is only going to be so scared of his mom until he gets so big, man. At the age of 12, 13, when a boy becomes a man, they lose that fear of the mother. They're more than likely taller than their mom by that age. Even 8, 11, kids tend to be taller than their moms at what are still kids, They may be teens. They're physically stronger than them. So the mother trying to put her son in a position of basically of hurt and or whoopings, right? It doesn't really happen because the son becomes stronger than her, right? It says, "And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her," man. Right? And the scripture tells us this, right? This is Sirach 25, Sirach 26 and 23. And it reads, "A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man." Right? So this is why the apostles always tell us, man. Basically keep, number one, stop dealing with the N-dub, right, which is the southern kingdom women. And even the northern kingdom women, they're harlots, they hoes as well, man. And they'll put you through the same type of hell as, Judah, so to speak, man. All of them, they're under the curses too. That's why they tell you, if you're gonna deal with a woman, get a heathen woman, man, but don't marry her, right? Don't subject yourself into, being under a court or an oath of binding by paper with these women, because they will use the system against you. If our own women are doing it, how much more a heathen woman, man? So be careful in who you're laying down with, man. You don't need to touch every box, right? If you can get one solid woman, to be on your team for the appointed time to help you through this fight, that's good enough. Of course you're gonna get tired of Eve. We're men, and we're Yasharallah, princes of the power, man. It's in our nature to want to conquer and enjoy, women. We're not like Edomites, man, that enjoy flirting with other men, because that's how E get down. He'll flirt with his homeboys all day and not touch no woman, man. That's also why their count is so low. Their testosterone is naturally lower than ours. We're the dominant men upon earth, right? But to get back to the point, it says a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. And as long as you're handling your business, man, and this, this is personal. The points in which I wasn't looking for a woman, Yahweh Shema Shai allowed me to deal with one until it happened, man. Just like Elder Yashawamba said, I haven't had very bad experiences with Eve, man. The Southern Kingdom women I've dealt with, they've all been pretty solid, compared to, a lot of other Jake I know. But nevertheless, your mission is on your purpose. And from that purpose, Yahweh Shema Shai throw you a bone or two, when it's necessary. But make sure that you're focused on the right things. The scriptures tells us this. This Sirach 25 and 21 says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Right? We always attracted to, the nice banging body or the nice curly natural hair, the nice lips, so forth and so on. That's what we're attracted to. But it's a saying I always say, bad bitches are bad women, man. Or bad people. Bad bitches are bad people. If there's a woman saying she's a baddie and all that, she's a fucking demon, man. She's a demon. Bad bitches are just bad people, man. Get you something, less physically attractive and more moral and feminine, man. Someone with actual qualities. A good woman that can cook. She can sew. She's probably into pottery or poetry or art. Those women that are into those, more docile, gentle hobbies tend to be more gentle women. Right? Because Jake, and I don't know who his mama is, nor do I know who his father is, but his mom was a straight demon keeping forth her son away from the father, man. But this happens every day in the nation of Israel. So make sure whoever you land down with is worthy. We have royal seed flowing through our bodies, man. And that was given unto us by Yahweh Bashim Shai. Everybody ain't worth your nut. Every woman ain't worth your nut. Just to put it raw. If this language offends you, turn it off. Go to the next video. This is for the men and younger brothers who may be watching. Because we all need that guidance. We all come from a place of where knowledge was passed down in order to in order for the next generation to become stronger, man. There's a quote by I believe it's Albert Einstein. It says, I've seen further because I've stood on the shoulders of giants. And that's completely true. We've been able to get stronger through the spirit. And as our apostles have said, man, they know more than their elders. And it's the truth. But that foundation, and they never disrespect that foundation, number one. But that foundation that was laid for them was a necessity for them to grow stronger than their teachers. So be careful who you're laying with, man. It ain't worth the whiskey. Right? So it says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Because you got a bunch of beautiful demons out here, man. Right? Continuing, matter of fact, I'm going to jump down or up to 19, slot 16. It says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Right? Because she'll bring you through hell, man. Not only, financially, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, she'll try to hinder you. And these women out here are witches, man. That's a big thing that's going around right now. A lot of women are getting into witchcraft, man. Right? These women will put ruts on you or try, So you got to be careful of who you're giving your spirit unto. Right? It says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. And it's beautiful that the son, the Lord put the spirit on the son, to actually reach out unto his father to get that connection back. And it's the spirit because Apostle Gabar, did that lesson. Probably was last year. Basically, basically saying if brothers, got their fathers, you don't know what type of hell your mom put your father through in order to separate you from your dad. If you're able to mend that relationship and build it back up, do so, man. And those were wise sayings from a very wise man, because the mother severed ties between son and father all the time. And it's part of the curses in which we go through as Israelites, man. But, you fight to the best of your ability with what the Lord gave you, because, brothers made mistakes by dealing with certain women, before they were into the knowledge of the truth. Hey, but they're dealing with it and they're fighting with whatever portion the Lord gave them, man. And there's going to come a point in time real soon that these same women that put brothers through hell, are going to get it, man. Because that's offending the little ones. Matter of fact, let's grab that. This Micah. Yep. This Micah 7:10. It says, Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the street, man. So the Lord is going to bring forth judgment unto a lot of women, that did brothers wrong, who have been constantly giving brothers hell in whatever situation it is, and free them from that demon, man, from that person, from her, right? That's why the scripture said, but he that pleases the Lord shall escape her. The Lord will make a way, man. Brothers going through all different types of challenges and battles in the judicial system, from whatever is occurring because of a woman, But as long as we continue to follow Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and fight, the Lord is going to fight for us, right? So I read that Micah 7:10, and that's pretty much the point. Oh, matter of fact, I'm going to close out with this. So like it. It is Isaiah 32:10. I'm going to start at 9. And it reads, Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Right, the Lord is going to close all those avenues you used in order to persecute and or harm and hurt brothers, man. Right? And once he does that, you're going to be left out there by yourself. And the Lord is going to upgrade that man. The scriptures say, a man of the Lord, a man of Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to be of a golden wedge of Ophir, right? A covert from the tempest, right? And just because you're not with that brother, guess what? And the wrong that you did unto him, the scriptures say that, right? Woe, it must be that offenses may come, but woe unto him whom the offense cometh, right? And that's going into the persecution that we're about to catch, but also, the hells that brothers are going through now, dealing with, these demons, right? It says the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So when Esau closed the gates to all your government funded programs, to you having the upper hand within the court and law system, then you're going to be left out there naked, man, without a covering. And it's going to be beautiful, because brothers, also a part of the destruction. Brothers are going to be able to see it, man, Salakia. It says, Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Right, they shall lament for the teats, and the pleasant field, for the fruitful vine. Right, the ways that you were benefiting and eating off the system, all that shit is gonna be gone real soon, man. And all the wickedness, that Eve and the rest of the tribes have been doing, the Lord is gonna shed forth light on it, and you're gonna have to be accounted, for all that wickedness that you did against the men of the Lord. And it's gonna come real soon, man. But I just want to bring this lesson out, because that video of Jake speaking, fired me up. It fired me up due to the fact that brothers go through and have went through things like this in their own walk. Right? So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the body. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah HaKodash. A double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to Yakim bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.